Hi, everybody. My name is Ayelet Gingold. I'm a realtor with Sella Homes here in the Bay Area. And I wanted to, we gathered today Elizabeth, financial advisor, Faye, who is a CPA, Dan Pinchmit, who is an independent broker for life and health, and Mark Falcone, who is a loan agent. And we are part of a BNI group that is meeting weekly in San Jose. And we decided to gather to talk a little bit about the situation here that we see in the marketplace and share a little bit information that might be helpful, we hope, to people that are listening to us. So what I see as a realtor is a very confused market. I know that sellers that have to sell are still in the market, and they allow people to come and see their properties, and they're very encouraging to their sellers to compromise with buyers to get the property sold. If buyers are in a situation that they really find a house that they like, that the sellers want to sell, then they might be able to get a very good price for that. But the problem is that most of the sellers that don't have to sell took their homes already from the market, and inventory is very, very limited. What I see is that many buyers are just waiting for things to change to get the opportunity to buy, because there is also a problem for us showing properties, because we are not allowed to show properties where people live in the properties, only vacant properties. And I know that even though the interest rates kept the market alive before Corona, we are seeing some challenges from the loan perspective, right, Mark?
Yes, that is true. There's been many changes in the last month. The more significant changes are in some of the strictening of the lending policies. A lot of banks are now requiring larger down payments, 25 to 30%, when you're buying homes generally above $1 million. They're requiring higher credit score requirements. And then, of course, the appraisals are taking much longer than before. So most of the options with low down payments that were the norm, more than a month ago are pretty much gone everywhere. We're fortunate at Golden One Credit Union. We are a member-based organization, and we do everything for the benefit of the member. We still offer 3% down to, for example, $850,000 loan amount. You can go 5, 10% down, 10% as high as $2 million in loan amount. So we still have plenty of opportunities for our clients. And then for some of our clients that are having a little difficult times, we're offering special forbearance programs available to them as well. So still lots of opportunities, but you do need to shop around a little bit more to make sure you're going to get the best options for your financing. With that, I'd like to introduce Faye Javaspi. She's a CPA, and she'll be talking about the opportunities and some of the options in this current market.
Thank you, Mark, for that introduction. Yes, I'd like to bring this up to everyone who's listening. As you might have heard already, the tax deadline is July 15th instead of April 15th with no penalties, meaning if you owe money, you're not going to be penalized. So you could still pay that at the time of the due date, which is the 15th of July. However, if you think you're going to receive money back from the government as a refund, it's a good time to file your taxes because IRS is still processing refunds. So if that is something that you need to do, it's better to do it now. Also, the retirement contribution has been also extended. So before it was 4/15, now it's also July 15th. So you have additional time to put that into the savings accounts for your retirement. There are a lot of other tax incentives because of coronavirus. So if you have any questions or any particular topics about taxes that you need to discuss, please contact me and I could be sure to help you out. With that information, I think it's really important to do some planning for your cash flow if you have that affected. And Elizabeth Luna, who's in financial services business, she'll be able to help you out, and she'll be able to explain to you how you could go about doing that. Elizabeth?
Thanks, Faye. Thanks so much, Faye. I'm Elizabeth Luna, an independent financial advisor with ARIA Wealth Management. These are very scary times. As you may have heard, 10% of the American workforce has lost their jobs within the past 3 weeks. And that obviously affects everyone and our livelihoods. So what can you do right now to take control of your finances? Well, first and foremost, don't panic. You may be anxious and you want to sell off some of your investments, but if you have an investment plan, stick with it. Markets go up and they go down, and although it's very, very scary right now, don't succumb to emotion-driven investment decisions. Take control of your finances. If you have an emergency savings fund, this is the time to tap into that. If you don't have an emergency savings fund, review your finances and determine where you can make some cuts. About possibly taking a look at reducing your interest rates or pushing out your payments. Another thing that you should also keep in mind is to be aware of scams, of misleading information. Faye Jamasby, she recently wrote something regarding that. So be careful about emails and providing information via email that may be suspicious. And lastly, be informed about your options. There's been a stimulus package, as you know, called the CARES Act that has been passed through Congress. And there's a lot of assistance out there for you, including the possibly, if you qualify, $1,200 stimulus check. So keep up with that information. There's possibly going to be another stimulus package in the near future. And if you unfortunately have lost your job, and you may have lost your health insurance, Dan, what can you tell us someone can expect if that may be their situation?
Well, thank you very much for that question and the introduction. One of the things that you can do is, it's called forbearance, which in a lot of the industries, Mark used the term and you did too. What forbearance is delay without penalty. It's not forgiveness. You still owe the money, but you can delay payment. So what Covered California has done, and also car insurance, other kinds of life insurance, and what they've done is they've allowed you to delay your payments until 90 days after the shelter in place has been removed. So it's a moving target. So keep track of that date, and then you know that you've got to make up the back payments and get things going within 90 days. The other thing is if you have lost your job or you've got reduced hours or income, you may want to consider letting your insurance person know, because you could get more subsidy through Covered California, which means you'd have to pay less because you're getting more subsidy, which your payments have gone down, so now you can afford it. Because you sure don't want to pay that double cost for COBRA insurance if you've been separated from the company. These are some tidbits that hopefully you can use. It'll get you through this tough time. So there are some bright spots at the end of the tunnel. We will get through this. And today is the 14th. We haven't mentioned that earlier, but today is April 14th. So taxes are due tomorrow. Oh, nope. Faye just said they're not due in July. So that's good. So phew, you can breathe and sleep. Back to you.
Thank you so very much, Dan, Faye, Elizabeth, and Mark, for all the tips. We're going to probably be here for you in the near future, a few other times when things will change. And if you have any questions, please feel free to approach any of us, and we would love to help you out. So with that, we will conclude the call today. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you soon.